Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. And in today's video, we'll be talking about the Moon Conjunct Ketu. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. So firstly, how do we interpret Moon Conjunct Ketu in the natal chart? Well, definitely you want to see this from the D1 Rashi chart. So look at this from your ascendant sign. This becomes extremely important. You can also place this in the first house of the chart and read from there as well. It's definitely important that you also check for the strength of this conjunction in the D9 chart. So see where Ketu and Moon have gone in your D9 Navamsa chart. The final say will always come in the D60 as well. It's very important to see the sign placement of this conjunction. This is going to tell us so much about how this is going to function in the chart. So Ketu Moon conjunction happens very well in the fire signs. This can give you huge intuition, deep spiritual insight. This can make you very skilled in occult sciences, in research. This can make you a very knowledgeable person. Sometimes it can make you argumentative, though, which can cause some issues in relationships. So this is something to watch out for. But for the most part, this is an excellent placement. It makes you a very intelligent and knowledgeable person. If this is placed in the earth sign, then this can create some skills around money, around mathematics, dealing with fine details, but it could also make you self-critical at times. So sometimes there's a need to work on your self-esteem if you have this placed in the earth signs. In the air signs, it can make you very detached because air is already a very dry element. So, very detached with your emotions, very analytical, intellectual with this placement. And sometimes, because of this detachment, this can create some issues with relating to other people. So, this is something to work on if you have this conjunction for sure. It also can create a lot of change and movement in your life. You could have a great love for traveling if you have this placed in the air signs. In the water signs, this is definitely going to be a deep placement for this conjunction. This makes you very in tune with spirituality and deeper knowledge. This can make you a very wise person. You can be skilled at guiding and helping those in need. This could attract you towards astrology, occult knowledge, all sorts of mysterious subjects with this placement, for sure. Sometimes it could even give you creative, artistic talents as well. And especially if you have it placed in Pisces, this can be excellent for helping others. This gives you a huge level of sensitivity and compassion where you are able to guide and support other people. Now, the Kendra houses are going to be the most prominent positions for the conjunction. So the first, fourth, seventh, and 10th house of the chart becomes extremely important. If you have this conjunction in the first house, this can give a difficult start in life. You can feel like an outsider, like you don't really fit in with others. This can set you apart from others within society sometimes. It could even make you interested in wanting to spend a lot of time on your own with this placement. But it also makes you a very caring, nurturing, kind hearted person as well. One thing you want to be careful of, though, is the people you trust. You want to take your time to have some discernment when forming relationships because Rahu is going to be opposite to this conjunction in your seventh house of relationships. So, definitely being cautious of the people who you have around you at all times becomes extremely important. If you have this place in the fourth house, this can give you a strong attachment to the mother, to the home with this placement. You want to see how this is placed, though, because this could cause some disruption in the family situation growing up for some of you for sure. Or it could be just a really intense attachment and bond in this area. You really want to see how this is placed for sure. And this can give you a strong connection with the mother, even if the mother isn't necessarily present in your life. There's still some pending karmas that are attached with the mother. This could also create a lot of change and instability in the home environment as well. So you might be changing homes a lot. This might be a position that takes you traveling a lot. There's some kind of detachment in this area that can be seen as well. If you have this placed in the seventh house, then this can show some issues in relationships, and not just in the sense of marriage, but in general, how you relate to other people. There can be a tendency to get extremely attached to people, but also to find yourself detaching and distancing from people over time. So there's some feeling of disappointment or not being able to make relationships work when you have this in the seventh house. Definitely, though, with this placement, you are very kind, compassionate. You want to help others, you want to give to other people. And so this can be a positive factor, but definitely there's a need to work on how you approach relationships. Being able to tend to your own needs at times instead of putting a lot of energy into other people can become very important. If you have this placed in the 10th house of the chart, then this is going to make you very career oriented. You want to use your career to help people, to make a difference in the world. This can make you very skilled in nurturing fields and counseling, anything that has to do with supporting, showing compassion to others. No matter what you do for your career, you're very focused towards this. This could also attract people in your life, especially people who have a motherly, nurturing energy about them, who help support you in your career as well. Sometimes, though, because this is such a scattered energy with K2 in here, there can be difficulty finding the correct path in your career. You want to see, how is this placed, for sure, but this can create some confusion in what direction you want to take. Sometimes this could even show working from home or doing something that is more self-employed with this position, because this moon is taking you more inwards in this 10th house. So what happens then when the moon is conjunct with K2 in the chart? Well, this is a very challenging position, but it also can be a very rewarding position, especially if you are seeking out spiritual advancement. This can be an excellent position. Moon conjunct K2 tends to give a lot of difficulties, especially early on in life. There can be a lot of extreme and dramatic situations, especially if you were born on an eclipse, meaning that Sun was also here with K2, or Sun is in the opposite sign. This can create an eclipse where you can go through dramatic transformations. Definitely with this placement, there is a feeling of detachment, of separation that is very strong, because the moon shows our emotions, how we seek nourishment and security, and K2 is all about detachment. So there is some feeling of loss, of separation that comes with this conjunction. And this can be seen early on in life. There can be difficulties in relationship with the mother. Sometimes the mother is not emotionally available in the relationship, or there's foster care, adoption, some form of separation sometimes can be seen with this. Mother could even have her own difficulties that she's going through with this conjunction in the chart. One thing that this can definitely do, though, is it increases your imagination and intuition. You can have full on psychic abilities if you have Moon conjunct with K2 in the chart. This also, though, can create mental health disturbances, because you're so in tune with the astral plane when you have this conjunction. So you can have all sorts of strange experiences. You can see all sorts of imaginary, elusive things that can create some disturbance within your mind. So definitely there's a need to calm down your mind if you have this placement. Meditation, spiritual practice becomes very important. Sometimes this placement can create instability in life. It can be very difficult to focus. Your mind is always moving from one thing to the next. At the same time, though, when you are focused on something, you have this intense level of concentration where you're able to dissect things. You're able to really get to the deeper meaning. This can make you a very skilled researcher, a scholar with this placement. You can have huge intelligence and can come up with all sorts of discoveries if you have this combination. Sometimes, though, there's a tendency to get dissociated from the reality around you. You can feel very detached and can almost see things in a way where you are disconnected from the world around you. Especially as a young child, you may have had an imaginary friend, or you had a very active imagination, or you enjoyed just being in your own space with this conjunction. Again, this opens you up to the astral plane. So you get all sorts of brilliant, ingenious ideas with Moon conjunct Ketu. This can also make you a very moody person as well. Again, there's this detachment from your feelings when Ketu is with the moon. So sometimes there is difficulty with actually understanding how to properly express your emotions. You can have moments where you are suppressing emotion, where you're detached, you don't understand how you feel. But then you can have moments where emotions suddenly come out with this placement. And this can definitely show that a lot of your feelings can come from past life experience. You carry a lot of trauma from your ancestors if you have this conjunction. So there's a lot that is coming through on this spiritual level that is not completely understood. This can make you a talented writer, actor, artist with this placement because of this very active imagination. You can even become famous if you have Moon Conjunct Ketu. This can give you all sorts of out of the box talents with this placement. You're a very eccentric person and you get known for this. You get recognized by others. This could also make you skilled in spirituality as well. Again, this is an excellent placement for spiritual seekers. You can become a guru, a spiritual leader, someone who's able to influence, to guide other people in their lives. This could even make you a counselor with this placement, some kind of mentor, advisor. You're able to help people work through their own trauma due to your past experiences. Sometimes this placement can even show foreign settlement because, again, you have this feeling of not fitting in or relating to the environment around you. So, this can take you traveling and moving with this placement as well. Again, this particularly happens in the air signs a lot, where you can travel to different places. In the beginning of life, this can seem very difficult and challenging as if you're lost or confused, not able to find the correct path and direction. And this can lead to actually making mistakes. Again, you want to see how is this positioned in the chart. But through some of those mistakes, you can actually find a spiritual journey later on in life. So, definitely, this is an excellent position again for spiritual seekers. You have this ability to transform your life through your sense of self awareness. So, I hope you all enjoyed this. If you like this, don't forget to leave a like. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video.